Good day, Connellsville. I'm Gary Gibbons.
I'm Tammy Thompson. Welcome to Connellsville TV, where your hometown stories come first.
And as always, we're keeping it real, keeping it local, and keeping Connellsville in the spotlight.
Yes, let's get started.
Residents are still recovering emotionally after a local woman reported a catastrophic gastrointestinal incident allegedly triggered by a meal at a newer, unnamed Mexican restaurant in town. One so new that half the community still isn't sure if it's open, closed, or a front for something involving churros.
Witnesses say the woman entered the restaurant optimistic, even adventurous, ordering a dish described on the menu as authentically bold. She now says that was the first lie of the evening, followed closely by the server assuring her the beans were perfectly normal.
According to her statement, delivered dramatically from her couch, the trouble began exactly 4 bites in when she felt what she later described as a low rumble, like a train approaching, from inside my own body. Her husband reported that by the time they reached the car, the rumble had escalated to a Category 3 internal weather event.
Neighbors claim they heard her sprinting into the house like she was trying to outrun her own future. One described the sound as a tuba warming up for a parade, while another said it reminded them of the old Connellsville high furnace kicking on in January.
The restaurant remains unnamed, but locals have already dubbed it El Diablo's drive-through colonoscopy. Despite the chaos, the woman insists she will continue telling her story to raise awareness, adding, "No one should have to live through what I lived through. Not in this town. Not anywhere." History has repeated itself, mostly because Connellsville refuses to let anything actually change. Winky's Hamburgers, the legendary burger joint that closed down years ago, has announced it is returning to the exact same spot it once abandoned. Like an ex who swears they've grown, but still lives with their mom.
Residents gathered at the old Winky's site today, staring at the building like it was a long-lost relative returning from war. One man said, "I haven't been this emotional since Sheetz brought back the Boom Boom sauce." Another local added, "I knew Winky's would return someday. I've been keeping the parking spot warm."
Connellsville residents are thrilled. Some are already camping out in folding chairs, claiming they want to be first in line. Others say they never stopped being in line. They've just been waiting since 1998.
Winky's Hamburgers is expected to open soon, bringing nostalgia, cholesterol, and the faint smell of fryer oil back to downtown. In Connellsville, nothing truly dies. It just takes a really long lunch break.
A bold new chapter in our city's athletic history, or a desperate cry for attention. Town officials have announced plans to convert the East Fairview Hill into a full-blown Olympic-grade half-pipe. Yes, that hill, the one that eats brake pads for breakfast.
Connellsville leadership insists is Pennsylvania's answer to Aspen. Officials say this half-pipe will be the centerpiece of their application to host the Winter Olympics.
Sources confirm the budget for the project is $147, a coupon for Tractor Supply, and whatever plywood is left behind the rec center.
I mean, sure, it's dangerous, but if the Olympics come here, maybe they'll finally fix the pothole at the bottom, or at least put a mattress there.
Pandemonium in Connellsville today as a convoy of extremely used pickup trucks, some held together by hope, duct tape, and whatever's left of 1990s American steel, rolled into town just in time for residents to irresponsibly blow their tax returns.
Many of these trucks have seen more winters than most of our viewers, and at least one still has a faded "I brake for deer" sticker from 2003.
I seen one with a tailgate held on by a bungee cord. Another one had a lawn chair for a driver's seat. I said, "Yep, tax season's here."
Dealers say each truck comes with a free can of Fix-A-Flat, a cassette tape of classic rock hits, and a verbal guarantee that she'll run fine once you get her warmed up. Buyers are advised to bring jumper cables, a tetanus shot, and a strong sense of optimism.
Our local sources have confirmed a historic situation at the Martin self-checkout lanes, where one man has now entered hour 7 of attempting to scan a single bag of pretzels. Officials say he is dangerously close to breaking the world record for longest continuous attempt at a machine that hates you.
The store is completely empty. Lights are dim. Music is playing Careless Whisper for the 14th time. The man stands alone, eyes glazed, posture slumped, spirit broken, still waving the pretzels in front of the scanner like he's trying to summon a ghost.
Store employees clocked out hours ago, but one night shift janitor says he's been watching the man on the security cameras like it's the Super Bowl, adding, "I'm rooting for him." But honestly, the machine's up by 2 touchdowns.
As of this hour, he remains in the store, still attempting checkout, still alone, and still on pace to shatter the world record, currently held by a man in Ohio who tried to buy a cucumber in 2019. More updates as this heroic struggle continues.
This Connellsville gas station has officially become the first in the region where the slot machines outnumber the gas pumps 14-4. Experts say the station is now less of a fueling center and more of a place where dreams go to die.
Customers say they haven't pumped gas in weeks. The pumps are technically operational, but each one requires you to spin for a chance to activate. Odds of winning, roughly the same as finding a parking spot at Sheetz during lunch rush.
Management insists the station is still primarily a gas provider, though the only thing flowing today was a woman's tears after losing $60 trying to unlock pump number 3. She says she just wanted to get to work, but the machine kept offering her bonus rounds.
In response to criticism, the owner has announced plans to add 2 more slot machines and maybe a 5th pump if profits allow. We'll check back with them soon and let you know what we find out.
And now for an update on the restaurant whose corner was obliterated weeks ago by a driver who reportedly said, "I thought that was the drive-thru." Repairs began immediately and then stopped immediately and have continued starting and stopping ever since.
One customer said they watched 3 seasons of Yellowstone waiting for this wall to get fixed. That same customer added that they thought the hole in the wall that is still visible was part of the new decor.
The contractor insists the project is on schedule. When asked what schedule that is, he replied, "Oh, life's schedule." Witnesses confirm he has taken 47 smoke breaks today alone, despite not being a smoker.
Meanwhile, the restaurant has adapted by turning the damaged corner into a rustic, open-air dining experience. We'll continue to follow this story until the repairs are complete, or until the building collapses from sheer embarrassment.
We're covering a developing crisis at a local restaurant, where a karaoke performance by one local woman triggered what officials are calling the fastest mass evacuation in restaurant history.
Moments ago, witnesses say a woman identified only as Linda took the stage to perform what she described as her soulful, emotional rendition of "I Will Always Love You." Unfortunately, the song did not love her back.
The first note reportedly caused 3 customers to drop their forks, one man to shout "not again," and a toddler to cover his ears and yell, "Make it stop." Within seconds, the entire restaurant evacuated in what experts are calling a perfectly coordinated panic.
The restaurant owner is assessing damages, including shattered glass, spilled margaritas, and a jukebox that simply gave up and powered itself down.
Officials confirm Linda is safe and currently being escorted to a soundproof room for everyone's protection. Karaoke night has been suspended indefinitely, pending psychological recovery of the staff.
We'll continue to follow this developing story. In the meantime, residents are urged to avoid humming near the restaurant until further notice.
Chaos, gridlock, and emotional devastation on the west side, as the same tractor-trailer that delivers every other day has once again brought traffic to a complete standstill, shocking absolutely no one.
Residents are describing the scene as a bi-weekly nightmare.
City officials remind residents that this delivery schedule will continue indefinitely, or until someone invents a convenience store that doesn't require a semi to restock 3 bags of chips and a pallet of expired energy drinks. A Dunbar Township man has reportedly obliterated his entire tax return in a single heroic, ill-advised spending spree at the local big box store. Witnesses say the man, identified only as Kyle, who should have known better, entered the store with $2,317 and left with absolutely nothing anyone needs.
According to receipts, plural, Kyle purchased a 72-pack of scented candles, a kayak despite not living near water, a Bluetooth-enabled bird feeder, a life-size cardboard cutout of Guy Fieri, and, for reasons still unclear, a 5-gallon bucket of cheese balls.
Tragic. Truly tragic. When asked why he didn't save the money, Kyle reportedly said, "I came in for socks and blacked out." Economists say this is the most relatable financial statement ever recorded in Fayette County.
A relative has confirmed that Kyle's bank account is now emptier than the old Patience parking lot at 3 a.m. His family is asking for privacy as they figure out where to store the kayak.
Connellsville is bracing for what experts are calling a retail singularity, as a brand new Dollar General is set to open directly beside the existing Dollar General. City officials say the move is bold, unnecessary, and probably unstoppable.
This expansion is part of a sweeping redevelopment plan by private investors who say their goal is simple: turn Connellsville into the nation's first all-dollar general municipality. According to leaked documents, the team plans to replace every business in town with Dollar General locations.
Economists have warned that if the current pace continues, Connellsville could reach full dollar saturation by early next year, at which point residents will be forced to navigate the town using only the subtle differences in each store's layout.
Dang, we're about to get our dollar on!
Onlookers witnessed a historic event on Crawford Avenue, where a local driver has reportedly parked close enough to the curb to allow other vehicles to pass. City officials are calling it the most shocking act of civic responsibility in modern Connellsville history.
Witnesses say the driver executed what experts are calling a full and complete parallel park, leaving a staggering 2 feet of clearance for passing traffic. Residents are still processing the emotional impact.
Authorities say traffic moved smoothly for nearly 11 consecutive seconds before someone in a lifted F-250 ruined everything by stopping in the middle of the road to talk to their cousin.
City Council is already discussing a bronze plaque to commemorate the parking job, though some residents argue it should be a full statue. Officials are urging the public to remain calm and avoid recreating the maneuver without professional supervision.
Well, that's going to wrap things up for now, Connellsville.
Be sure to tune in to our live broadcasts at www.youtube.com/@ConnellsvilleTV to enjoy all of our latest stories at once.
And don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, keep thriving, Connellsville.